Welcome to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Rose.
I'm Adewale.
This is episode number 22. Shout out to the NFL all-time leading rusher, Mr. Emmitt Smith. This is the Emmitt Smith edition. Make sure you go on Spectator Sport on the YouTube page and subscribe to that page. Hit that button. Previous shows, previous clips. This will be on there soon. So much. We got a big time show for you guys today. We talking Bears football. They play Miami. Terence Cavin is back to talk more NBA basketball. But we're gonna kick it off like this. Confidence points. Please explain what's going on in the confidence points now.
Yeah, you just beat me, man, for the second straight week. You beat me 65 to 54, okay? Mainly because you picked Minnesota to go to Philadelphia, beat the Eagles to get a little revenge for the NFC Championship game, all right? The Eagles, the game was tied at 3 in the second quarter, middle of the second quarter. The Eagles was getting some momentum, getting some first downs, driving down the field, but all of a sudden, the defensive end for the Vikings, Stephen Weatherly, got a nice little strip sack of Carson Wentz. The ball floated right into the gut of the 330-pound Linval Joseph. He ran it all the way back 65 yards for a touchdown. I'm waiting for a running back or a wide receiver to catch this big guy.
Big man was booking.
Right. Man, he was rumbling and bubbling and stumbling all the way for the touchdown. And the Eagles, that was the beginning of the end right there. It was all downhill from there. The guy, Jay Ajayi, the running back, he was fumbled the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Suffered a torn ACL too.
And he's out for the season. Alshon Jeffrey in the fourth quarter, they tried to make a little comeback, but he dropped a big third down conversion.
He sure did.
It was over with, man. The Eagles, too many blunders. I lose, the Eagles lose, the Vikings win. Zach Roach, he beat me this week in the Week 5 NFL Confidence Points pool. And overall, what's the score?
366 to 341.
Yeah, he's beating me by 25 points. I'm in a nice hole here. I'm in the ditch. I need to get out of this.
Long way to go, though. It's only 5 weeks, 4 weeks?
5 weeks. We had 5 weeks, yeah.
So it's a long way to go. So anything can happen. So, but right now, yes, I am in the lead. I'm enjoying it, but we know any given Sunday, as we learned this Sunday, any given Sunday. So you just don't know what'll happen. Let's talk this week though. Points on whatever. We got a big time matchup. Now we finna find out who is who and what is what. Kansas City is traveling to Foxborough to play the New England Patriots. The Patriots under the radar a little bit with all the attention that Patrick Mahomes is getting. Under the radar, 2 very nice big time wins against Miami. Who did they play last week?
They blew out Miami, then they blew out the Indianapolis Colts.
There you go. So 2 nice wins, and not only that, they got some players back. They got Julian Edelman back, big time. I didn't realize how important he was to that Patriots team, and that just opens up the field. And now you see the Patriots offense starting to look like the Patriots offense again. Kansas City coming off a monster win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, they look fantastic in that game. And defensively, as we have been talking about how bad their defense is, they came to play. They came to play. They made Blake Bortles look like Rex Russell. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
They shut them down. They shut them down.
4 interceptions. So, what's your thoughts going with Kansas City going to New England this week?
Yeah, well, this game have a little revenge factor to it. The Chiefs last season in the season opener, they beat the New England Patriots 42-27. All right. Now with the Patriots, I'm really liking their first round pick running back Sony Michel. He's averaging 105 points. He's about 105 yards per game.
He's running the ball really well. Yeah,
he's looking real smooth. He's getting comfortable in the offense now. And like you said, the Chiefs, they moved the ball. Patrick Mahomes sustained some nice drives against that Jaguars top-notch defense. Also, D Ford, the edge rusher from the Chiefs, he's always in the backfield. Every time I watch them play, I see him. If they can get a team in 3rd and long, D Ford can get back there. So Tom Brady definitely needs to look out for him. And so you see the Chiefs, they beat the Broncos on Monday Night Football in Mile High Stadium. Then they followed that up by beating the Jaguars, okay? Now they go to New England. Now I say they finally lose a game, okay? It's about time they go ahead and lose. I picked the New England Patriots. I got them winning 36-30. It's going to be a lot of scoring, okay? And I gave New England 5 confidence points.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. But this is where I think coaching, this is where Belichick comes up with a slight game plan. Not as much defensively, because I don't know if as much defensively New England can do with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a lot of weapons. I mean, it's just what it is. Kareem Hunt, Sammy Watkins. I mean, Tyreek Hill, it just goes down the lane. Travis, Kelsey.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of weapons, and it's hard to stop them. But I feel like on the offensive end, New England is going to do what Jacksonville should have done. You brought it up. Sony Michel will be the key in this game. I think he's going to get about 20, 25 carries in this game, and they're going to run the ball. I do think it's going to be a lot of scoring, but I got New England for the revenge for last year. I got them at home winning 38-34, and I also gave them 5 points.
Wow. we thinking the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a good game, though, but, you know, we're going to see, though. We're going to find out a lot about the Chiefs, though.
No doubt.
Steelers, they got a big win last week against Atlanta. They actually played a complete game. The defense was better. They offensive Big Ben dude with Big Ben dude. And Antonio Brown came to the party. He was all, the Wi-Fi connection was great.
right.
He was all smiling. Brought the kids to the press conference. He felt good about himself. He was good for this week. But now they play the Bengals. The Bengals down 17-0 last week against Miami. Made a comeback. They are top team in the AFC North right now. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, yeah, the Bengals, their defense, like you said, they was down 17-0. The Bengals defense, that defensive line bailed them out, man, with Geno Atkins, Carlos Dunlap.
Yeah.
They bring the heat. They had 2 defensive touchdowns to come back and get that victory. And like you said, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they played by far their best game of the season by blowing out the Atlanta Falcons 41-17. Atlanta still has never won a game in Pittsburgh, okay? And so, yeah, and then you got the young guys, James Conner, the running back. He had 185 all-purpose yards, 2 touchdowns. And then you got T.J. Watt, the little brother. He had 3 sacks, okay? But the Bengals very quietly, very silently are 4-1, okay? They got a nice balance on offense with Joe Mixon and A.J. Green. A.J. Green, one of the best wide receivers in the league, averaging over 100 yards per game receiving. But I went ahead and picked the Steelers. I think it's about time for them to go on this run. I got the Steelers win this game 21-17, and I gave them 6 confidence points.
I wanted to pick the Bengals. It seems like I should pick the Bengals. But for some reason, the Steelers just keep calling me. I keep picking the Steelers, and I got to pick them again. That game against Atlanta, that's kind of the game they might have needed. I mean, granted, Atlanta is not good on defense, and Atlanta, they're 1-4 now. Atlanta is really struggling right now. Something that I didn't see happening with them like that. I don't think a lot of people did.
Too many injuries on defense. Yeah.
Too many injuries, but they had chances to win games. They're not closing the deal. That's just bottom line. So they got whooped up in Pittsburgh. But I think this is a game where Antonio Brown gets off. This might be this game might be their launching pad. And I got and you know they always have Cincinnati's number. They always get Cincinnati to act out of character. I don't know how they do it. They always do. So I got to go with the Steelers as well. But I think it's going to be a lot high-scoring game. I got to win in 34-30, and I gave them 8 points.
Okay.
No doubt. So I think it's going to be a good game. Big division game. Big division game.
No doubt.
Absolutely. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, the Bears are going to Miami. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wally.
This is episode number 22. We call it the Emmitt Smith edition. The Hall of Fame running back, the all-time NFL leading rusher. Shout out to Emmitt Smith. We got a big show for you today. We talking a lot of football. Terence Cavin is going to be here to talk NBA basketball. But now it's time to get into it. The bye week is over. The bye week is finished. The Bears are back to work this week, back to practicing, going to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Bears go to 3-1, and they're gonna face the 3-2 Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins was looking great for a half.
Right.
For a half.
Right.
And then they blew a 17-0 lead against the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Dolphins are gonna be reeling. I'm pretty sure they're going to be fired up because they want to get that bad taste out their mouth.
Right.
The Bears, the last time we saw them on the field, they put on a show. They put a massacre on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah. The Miami Dolphins last week, they was up 17-0 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. But an 18-yard reception by Joe Mixon. Then the intense pressure from that Bengals defensive line caused Ryan Tannehill to throw a pick 6. then also caused him to get strip sacked, a fumble right into the arms of the Bengals defensive end, Sam Hubbard, for a touchdown, okay? And they came already back and they blew the lead. Now, the Dolphins came to the game with 2 offensive linemen hurt, out on injured reserve. And during that game, they lost their 2016 first-round pick, Laramie Tunsil. Okay, he's in concussion protocol. He had a concussion during that game. So they was missing 3 offensive linemen. Laramie Tunsil might not even play against the Bears. That's 3 starting offensive linemen that they may be without against that vicious Bears defense. Now, the Dolphins started the season 3-0. Then they got blown out in New England. Then they just blow this lead. It's definitely not looking good for the Miami Dolphins right now.
Absolutely. I mean, they are still 3-2. They're still tied. I mean, their game, technically, they're like a game behind New England because they lost to New England. But technically, they are still in first place. They're 3-2, tied with New England. What is your thoughts? Now, you just mentioned a great point. They have offensive linemen that is hurt. And now they have to deal with Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Leonard Floyd, and company. What's your thoughts on this Bears defense against Ryan Tannehill and company?
Yeah, well, in the last 2 games, Ryan Tannehill has led the Dolphins to 1 touchdown drive. Just 1, okay?
Thanks.
I know they scored 17 points last week, but one of those touchdowns came from a punt return from their electric punt returner, Jakeem Grant. That guy's dangerous. You might want to kick away from that guy. And then the previous week, they got a touchdown drive against the New England Patriots in garbage time by their backup quarterback, okay? Now, Adam Gase, this is his 3rd year with the Miami Dolphins. They thought he was, he was supposed to be an offensive genius. He was supposed to be the next Sean McVay. Things supposed to be clicking on the offense, but it's not been going on. He's on a hot seat. He desperately needs to come through for Miami to get them offense back, to get the media offense back. But right now, the offense, they are the 3rd worst team in the NFL in yards per game.
Wow.
Now he has to go against Akeem Hicks, Dane Trevathan, my man Eddie Jackson, and what's that other guy's name?
Danny
Khalil Mack. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking.
That guy.
Khalil Mack.
That guy.
So it's you know what, Adam Gase, Ryan Tannehill, they definitely need this game. They need to get the offense on track. I don't care who they playing against. I don't care if they're playing the Jaguars. They need to show Miami that Adam Gase knows what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes, that's going to be vital. But last time we saw the Bears offense, they scored 48 points. Mitch threw 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Now, we don't expect him to throw 6 touchdowns. I'll probably never again. I don't know. He might, you never know.
Right.
But what do you think about the Bears offense going against that Dolphins defense?
Well, you know what? Don't sleep on that Dolphins defense. Don't sleep on their linebacker, Kinko Alonso.
He's a bad boy.
Defensive end, Cameron Wake. And their rising star cornerback, Xavier Howard. Okay? Now, last week, yes, the Bengals did score 27 points. They scored 3 touchdowns, but 2 of those touchdowns was defensive touchdowns, okay? Wow. The Dolphins defense only gave up 1 offensive touchdown last week. That defense can be smothering. Now, Mr. Trubisky, a couple of weeks ago when we played against the Buccaneers, he had enough time to file his taxes before he threw a pass to a receiver. I don't know if that's going to keep happening every week. We got to see how he reacts under pressure, under duress, when the pocket collapses. Now, maybe the Bears offensive line is the best in the league, gonna give them all that time, but you just can't expect that every game. This is a proven game for Mr. Trubisky. So, a lot of people think that was a fluke, okay? They did go against the 3rd worst defense in the league with the Buccaneers. Their defense is not all that. Now you're going against a very decent defense. I want to see how he responds with success. He had some success. How does he respond to that? How does he handle that? Can he stay consistent? And but I got to give the edge to the Dolphins because I've never seen Mitch do it back-to-back before like that. So I get that edge defense over the Bears offense, the Dolphins defense over the Bears offense.
I look at it like this. I know a lot of people said that was a fluke. Look, if you're an NFL quarterback, I don't never think 6 touchdowns is a fluke. I don't care who you throw it against. I don't care how bad the defense is. If you throw 6 touchdowns in an NFL game, that's special. Now, with that being said, you're right. He hasn't shown weak. Really, that was his first really big-time game. So we don't know how he's going to respond. My point for Mitch to be successful, he just. I think their offense would be just fine as long as he doesn't turn the ball over and they run the ball.
Right.
I think that the offense will be just fine. And yes, Miami always has a solid defense. They have a solid defense again this year. But I feel like the Bears do have some weapons on offense that they can take advantage of. They do. Allen Robinson is showing us he can play. It's a reason why the Bears.
As long as their ball's on target, he's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it. Burton is somebody who gets open. Tyreek Cohen, chicken salad, is a mismatch. So the Bears have some weapons at their disposal. We're starting to see it. And maybe that was just that one game. I mean, you saw it throughout the season. It was just was inaccurate most of the time. If he can stay accurate, now I'm not expecting him to throw 6 touchdowns, but if he can stay accurate and be consistent, get the play when the play is there, make the play. I think the Bears offense can succeed against the Miami defense, no doubt. So, with all that said, with all this analogy, offense, defense, quarterbacks, coaches, who wins the game?
Okay, you know what? This game kind of scares me because it reminds me of, remember the Bears handled the Seattle Seahawks pretty good on Monday Night Football, and they was going to Arizona to play the Cardinals, and the Cardinals was looking horrible, looking like the worst team in the league. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to blow them out, and all of a sudden we down 14-0 to the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, this game reminds me of that. The Dolphins are coming in, they're down and out, they're looking pretty bad. Everyone's like saying, oh, the Bears are going to win, blah, 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 blah. Look, I got the final score of this game 16-12. And I have the Bears winning.
Ooh!
I have the Bears winning this game.
Is that your first time you picked the Bears to win this year?
No, I picked them in Arizona.
Okay.
I picked them in Arizona. So, and I think I picked them another game, but I just can't remember that right now. But yeah, I got the Bears winning 16-12, and I gave them 10 confidence points. I just can't pick the Dolphins, man. They missing. They might be missing 3 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen. Yeah. That did it for me. All Miss got to do is do what you said. Just take care of the ball. Don't be fumbling the ball and throwing interceptions and taking unnecessary sacks. Then I think Khalil Mack and them can just take over the game and win the game. Let the defense win it for you.
Yeah, I got the Bears in this one. This ain't no homer pick or nothing. This is just, I just see what I see on the field. And I think you brought up a good point about the Arizona game. I think that was a learning experience for them in the Arizona game.
I hope so.
The Bears have learned from their mistakes this year. They learned in that Green Bay game. Like when they was up and they blew that lead, they learned. The next few games, they have stayed consistent. They have put their foot on people the next few weeks after that. And the thing about the Arizona game, they went down 14-0. They came back.
We always come back in Arizona.
Yeah.
We all who we thought they were.
Yeah. But they came back. Right. They came back.
Right.
And that was the key. That's normally a game the Bears would lose. So they came back. So I see progress. Now, do I think this is going to be a close game? It's in Miami. Miami's still 3-2, so it's not like we're playing an old team, a team that's terrible.
Right.
Miami is a solid team. They do have a winning record, so the Bears better be ready to go. But I gave the Bears 6 points, and I got them winning 21-17. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, Mr. Terence Cavin is going to talk NBA basketball with us. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wally.
This is episode number 22. We call it the Emmitt Smith edition. One of the greatest running backs of all time, NFL all-time leading rusher. Make sure you go on that YouTube page and subscribe to Spectator Sport. Watch previous clips, previous shows. This will be up soon. Much more clips and much more. We having a lot of fun today, a lot of football talk. But hoops is around the corner. NBA is about to start. And who else do we got in the building? None other than Terence Cavin here to talk NBA talk, our NBA insider. We got a lot of questions for you today, so we want to get some good insight. Let's just get right into it. We're going to talk Eastern Conference. Which team in the East will you think is going to be a pleasant surprise?
I got to go with the Pacers, man. Got to go with those Pacers. With that Tyreke Evans addition, that's huge. They still got Miles Turner, Sabonis, of course, Oladipo. This guy had LeBron and the Cavs on their heels in the playoffs.
Right.
That was scary. I don't know about y'all, but I thought the Cavs was going to lose to the Pacers.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Oladipo he was a monster.
No doubt.
He was balling.
So I like the Pacers, man. And, we can't forget Aaron Holiday. I like that pickup also.
Nice.
So I gotta say the Pacers.
Yeah.
Quinn from New York also. I like that pickup too. Add more toughness to a tough team already.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, yeah. Oladipo took LeBron in 7 games last season. But I look at a team, my most surprising team in the East this season is going to be, I'm going with the Chicago Bulls. Okay? I'm going with the Bulls. Last year, they was in a tank fest. They lost the tank fest. They lost the NBA draft lottery. Okay? They couldn't get DeAndre Ayton or Luka Doncic or Marvin Bagley. And with the 7th pick, they may have the sleeper of the draft with Wendell Carter Jr. And you also got Jabari Parker. He can score 20 points in his sleep. You got him. And also, now, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, they combined to miss 88 games last season.
Yep.
They're healthy. Lauri Markkanen, he just gained 12 to 15 pounds of muscle. He was on the all-rookie team last season. I got the Bulls going from the 6th worst team in the NBA last year to the 6th seed in the playoffs. I say the Bulls are going to be the most surprising team in the East.
Wow. Both of you make compelling arguments.
I like that.
Both of you make compelling arguments. I'm going with the Cavs. I'm going with Cleveland. I'm going with Kevin Love. I love the draft pick of Colin Sexton because when you lose a player like LeBron James, one of the greatest to ever do it, Colin Sexton, I like his confidence level. I like his attitude towards the game. He's gonna bring it to you. He's not worried about what happened. He's very competitive. I think he's gonna help light a fire under that Cleveland Cavaliers team. And I think Kevin Love is gonna have a good year this year. He's gonna get the more touches. Hopefully they use him in the post. I think Rodney Hood brings something to him. Everybody's gonna be more involved. We'll see how Tyronn Lue coaches this. Hopefully they be more of a system team where everybody's involved. Tristan Thompson says, "Hey, we're still the Eastern Conference champ." Now that's too far, but I think the Cavs. I think a lot of people don't even have the Cavs making the playoffs. I got them in the 6th seed.
Oh wow!
Absolutely. Who's going to be disappointing in the East? You think?
Disappointing, Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh,
Milwaukee Bucks, man.
Okay.
I love the Bucks. I just feel like they don't have the guard play. I mean, Bledsoe. He's been disappointing last year. We need him to step up. I just don't know if he's going to step up. Giannis can't do it by himself. I love Giannis. Unless, you got preseason Tony Snell, lighting it up.
Summer League.
Right.
Yeah, Summer League Tony Snell.
Right.
Summer League Tony Snell.
Right.
I just see them being disappointed, man.
No doubt.
Still got them making the playoffs, but I just think that, they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Well, me and you agree. I picked the Milwaukee Bucks too. The Milwaukee Bucks, they haven't won a playoff series since 2001 with Big Dog Glenn Robinson, Ray Allen, Sam Cassell.
That Eastern Conference Finals against the Sixers. Yeah.
Right. George Carr as the coach and everything. Yeah, I say their streak continues, man. Brook Lopez can't save them. He can't save y'all, Milwaukee, man. I say, yeah, I'm with you, man. I say Milwaukee Bucks. I say they make the playoffs, but I say they get out in the first round. I say the Wizards take them out in the first round.
I agree.
You say Wizards.
Yeah,
I say they're going to be a disappointing team.
Wow.
Listen, we saw the Wizards last year. We've seen this movie too many times. Everybody in the East always complain. They say, well, they can't beat them because of LeBron. Well, let me tell you something about these Wizards. They never made it to LeBron. They never made it to LeBron.
Right.
You talk about a lot of people say, oh, John Wall is the best point guard in the East. How?
He was hurt last year,
How?
man. He had a little bit of injury.
How?
I like John Wall.
Yeah, look, last time we saw John Wall in the playoffs, his big-time playoff series, against who? Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
And IT lit him up for 53 points. And outplayed him in the big-time moments. I've seen John Wall in playoff games numerous times. When it get to crunch time and clutch time, he's been outplayed. He's been outdid. That is a fact. And I know Toronto was a good team last year, but you can argue John Wall's supposed to be the best player on the court when they played the Raptors.
Right.
And once again,
I would say that.
against Atlanta so Toronto got the excuse. Yeah, we played LeBron. Washington's never made it to him. And I feel like Dwight Howard, he is an upgrade from Morton Gottard, but he's already starting the season off hurt. Not starting off, it's not going good. And I just feel like after this year, the Wall and Bill show is going to be over.
Wow.
You got to sleep on the Wizards, though. Don't forget about Austin Rivers' edition. I like that pickup.
Well, we'll see.
I like the pickup. I like Dwight Howard.
A little backup point guard, Rivers. Okay.
We'll see.
I think y'all underestimating John Wall, man.
No, he's a good point guard, but we've seen this movie a few times with them Now they will win you a first round every now and then, but when the going gets tough, when they play some real hoopers, and John, we consider John Wall one of the best point guards in the NBA. Is that fair to say?
I agree, John Wall.
Yeah, he's one of where he's been outplayed in the playoffs a few times by other point guards. It's happened. It has happened.
They did lose to Boston a couple years ago in 7 games. They did lose to Boston and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
And last year he was injured. He came back like a few games before the playoffs. So I think he's gonna come back.
John Wall's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
He's got a lot to prove.
That's what we disagree. I think John Wall is gonna get the 4th seed with the Wizards.
I don't know. We'll see. Now, give me your 8 playoff teams in the East.
8 playoff teams. We gotta go with Boston, Philly, Toronto, Pacers, Bucks, Wizards, Heat. Y'all gonna be surprised at this. The Chicago Bulls.
Yes. Okay.
Chicago Bulls, the 8th seed.
I agree with all your playoff teams there, but one team that I'm putting on there, you said the Heat. I got the Cleveland Cavaliers making it over the Miami Heat because, you know, Hassan Whiteside, you know, Pat Riley spoke on this. He said Hassan Whiteside, that $98 million man, needs to have an intervention with Eric Spoelstra because Whiteside only played 15 minutes a game last year in the playoffs. Only averaged 5 points a game. I think the Heat are on their way down, and that's why they're trying to make the trade for Jimmy Butler. We don't know if that's going to work or not. I have Cleveland making it for what Zach Roach was talking about, Colin Sexton. I think he's going to make the all-rookie team. I think Kevin Love's going to make the all-star team. I think Cleveland makes it over the Heat in the playoffs.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Even though I just bashed the Wizards, I do got to make the playoffs as a 7th seed. I got the Bulls in there as well as the 8th seed. So
I want to see what this Sexton kid bring to Cleveland.
Yeah, I think he's going to bring some toughness. I like him. He's going to be a good fit for Cleveland. But yeah, I pretty much agree with y'all. Except I don't have the Heat either.
No,
I don't have the Heat either. Eastern Conference Finals. Who is it?
You got to go with Boston, man. They got their whole entire roster coming back. You got to go with Boston Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers.
I totally agree. I got the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston and Philly, in the Eastern Conference
I
Finals.
got Celtics and Raptors.
Okay.
I got Kawhi Leonard and company.
That's my scary team
against the
right there.
Celtics.
Toronto. That's my scary team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, Terence Cavin is going to talk about the West. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Episode number 22. We call it the Emmitt Smith edition. #1 rusher in NFL history. We talking NBA still. We got my man Terence Cavin here. He just broke down the East. Now he's going to break down the Western Conference. Now, just like in the East, we're going to ask you some of these West Conference teams. What team would be a pleasant surprise in the West?
The West, OKC. Pleasant surprise. Dennis Schroeder edition.
That was a good move.
Huge.
Yeah.
I know it's just preseason, summer league. New Orleans Noel. This guy's been killing in the preseason.
Yep.
I like that. They got rid of. I know Melo's not there anymore. I think OKC is gonna be nice. They're gonna be a pleasant surprise. They're gonna be a lot better than what people think.
Yeah. PG-13 surprised me by not going to LA, staying at OKC. Yeah, that was a big deal. Now, my present surprise in the West, the Denver Nuggets, okay? The Nuggets were in their 5-year playoff drought, okay? Now check this out. Only 6 players in NBA history average over 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. That's Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Kevin Garnett, Russell Westbrook, and Nikola Jokic. Jokic.
Yeah.
That guy will make his first All-Star game. Okay, the guy is a beast. Also, the Nuggets, they're getting Paul Millsap back. He would miss 44 games last year. Isaiah Thomas going to go for 6th man of the year. Denver Nuggets, pleasant surprise in the West.
I totally agree with you. I got the Nuggets too. One thing about the Nuggets, they can light the scoreboard up. And I love their backcourt with Gary Harris and Jamal Murray. They got shooters, and Gary Harris is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Not only is he a scorer, he averaged almost 20 points a game last year. He's also a great defender.
I like Barton also.
Yeah, and Will Barton coming off their bench with Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
And not to mention Michael Porter Jr. They still have him in the bag right now. I don't know if he's playing right away.
Yeah, they probably gonna take it slow with him. We had to see, but yeah, that'll be a nice addition if he can come play this season.
And of course, Jordan. So Jokic.
I just want to see how they're gonna coach all those guards. You got IT, you got Harris, Murray. Then you got the rookie Monte Morris. He's a nice addition now. If IT's not playing, he's probably going to get that position. You know, he's going to use that, get that time. But I'm just wondering, that's a lot of guards.
Yeah, they do.
They're gonna be up and down the court. That's how they play. They scored a lot of points last year, so it's gonna be up and down, 3-point shooting, and just run.
Jogging is the real deal.
What team's gonna be disappointed?
Disappointing in the West. Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow, okay.
T-Wolves. I gotta go with them only because this is too much going on in Minnesota. Ballers calling out the players. I mean, you guys were mentioning to me earlier, he just dogged the whole team out earlier and just dominated them and just was, just bashing them and just. I mean,
that's pretty funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. They grown ass man. Look, you better step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Somebody, that's at the end of the day, they grown man.
I think they're gonna be disappointed because Butler wants to trade. They're not making the playoffs.
Wow. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the Timberwolves making the playoffs. There's too much drama, too much commotion. They're going to have to trade the guy. Now, my most disappointing team is a team that was a number 3 seed in the West last year. They got swept out the playoffs.
Oh, no.
The Portland Trail Blazers. They got swept by the Pelicans. I say no bounce back by the Portland Trail Blazers. They're not going to make the playoffs, okay? The guy C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard, them guys, the Blazers, they was the worst team in the NBA in assists per game. It's all right. Them two guys are good. They're very good, but there's 3 other people on the court. Get them involved. They don't do it. The Nuggets are coming for playoff spots, and the Lakers. I say the Blazers are out.
I have to disagree with you.
I agree. I hate. I don't like agreeing with you, but yeah, I think the Blazers are out. I think the teams in the West have got much better, and then with the addition of LeBron coming to the Lakers, I think that's going to be the team that's going to be on the outside looking. I got to go with the Blazers. Look, Damian Lillard was an all-first NBA team guard last year.
He's a beast.
But got severely outplayed by Holiday in the playoffs.
Right.
And you got some, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And C.J. McCollum, but I do like their backcourt. They do have some scores, but I just don't see enough. Compared to the other teams in the West,
Right.
Everybody's got better. The Nuggets have got better. The Jazz have got better.
But the Blazers, their big free agent signing was Nick Stalkis. They got him. That was playing. They didn't make any big improvements.
I just don't see. I don't see what all these other teams in the West. I just don't see the improvement.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Now,
it.
what's your take on the big man Nurkic? Because I like that kid.
He's solid, but once
nice.
again, that's not enough in the West. I don't think they have enough in the West unless you get some injuries or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even
games. They gonna light it up.
I don't think they're better than Minnesota if Jimmy Butler's playing.
They better than Minnesota.
I think the Lakers and the Nuggets going to push the Blazers out because I think the Pelicans are making. I think OKC's making it.
Yeah.
So the Jazz is making it. I just see the Blazers just getting pushed out the playoffs.
I gotta disagree.
What's your 8 Western Conference teams?
All right, I got Golden State, Rockets, Lakers,
Right.
Ooh, okay.
Utah,
Yeah.
Denver, Trailblazers, Pelicans, and OKC.
No Spurs, huh?
No Spurs.
Spurs.
Wow.
No Spurs.
Wow.
That's another one of my disappointing teams, I think, the Spurs. I think they're going down. They're rebuilding.
Now, they starting point guard, DeJounte Murray, he tore his AC.
That's a big injury.
He's out for the Spurs starting point guard. He's out for the season. But I think Patty Mills will fill in good for him. And then they got another guy, a first-round point guard in 2017, Derek White. He can step in there. And then Lonnie Walker, they just drafted him in the first round. He's going to miss 5 to 7 weeks with a meniscus. Yep. But he'll be back in about a month, though. He'll be back. I think the Spurs, I get them in the number 8 seed. I get them making it. I get the Wolves out. I get the Spurs in.
I got the Spurs in number 7 seed, so I got them, man. You got the Lakers. Y'all both got the Lakers at the 3rd seed?
I got the Lakers as the 3rd seed.
I got the Lakers as 3rd seed.
I got the Lakers as the 5th seed.
Yeah.
I got them as the 5th seed. I actually got the Jazz as the 4th seed, and I got the Thunder as the 3rd seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think they got Melo out, Brungan, like my man Terence said, Schroeder.
I think defensively they're going to be stronger because Jeremiah Grant's going to play more.
Yeah.
And I think Russell Westbrook, he don't have to worry about feeding Melo. Him and Paul George could be the show. With Adams, with New Orleans, Noel.
Can't forget about Adams.
I think they're better than the Lakers, in my opinion.
I do like Grayson Allen on Utah. I like that pickup.
And Utah's well coached. That team is so well coached. And Donovan Mitchell just is only going to get better. So with all that being said, what's the Western Conference Finals?
Western Conference Finals. Don't be surprised. Golden State, Los Angeles Lakers.
Wow.
I knew you were going.
I almost did it. You know what? I actually wrote
Los
that
Angeles
down.
Lakers.
I actually wrote that down, but I just don't. I have the Lakers and Houston playing in the second round. I was going to pick the Lakers, but you know what? I had to go with Houston because, you know, you got Clint Capella, you got Eric Gordon, Harden, CP3, okay, Melo. And the Lakers, yeah, they're going to have LeBron out there. And I like Ingram, I like Kuzma. Rondo's there. Where does Lonzo Ball fit? Who's going to block out Capella when he's getting all the rebounds? We saw what Capella did to Karl Anthony Towns.
LeBron is the real deal, man.
Yeah,
you put him on any team, he's going to take him to the promised land.
Well, well, the Lakers was one of the worst teams, and the fact that we got them in the playoffs is that's already saying enough right there.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at it's an upgrade from what he had.
Oh, I got Houston beating the Lakers in the second round.
So you got Warriors and Rockets?
I got Warriors, Rockets.
I got Warriors and Rockets too. And the Lakers, they are. Look, you can never go against counting LeBron out.
Right.
But if to me, if they play Houston in the second round, they play OKC in the second round, I don't see the Lakers as a better team than neither one of those teams. For the simple fact, not because of the talent. Like, don't get me wrong, Brandon Ingram is a talent. Lonzo Ball is a talent, but the experience factor. The experience factor is going to be everything. And
I agree.
And I just feel like LeBron is going to make them play a lot better. You're going to see players that don't do it normally do. They start doing, but I don't see them beating the Rockets in a set. I don't see them beating James Harden, Chris Paul, Melo, Clint Capella in a 7-game series. That's too much for LeBron.
I think it's too much.
That's too much.
It's a LeBron effect, man.
You know,
they don't necessarily have to be a better team than the Rockets to beat them.
Utah is a better
just because they got the best player in the league.
I don't know if they can beat Utah in a 7-game series.
I think they'll beat Utah.
I don't know if they can beat Utah.
They'll beat Utah.
Utah is a well coached. They got good defense.
Spider.
Yes, I would not be surprised.
LeBron necessarily didn't have the best team, the best roster, and the best team when he beat some of the best teams. He didn't have the best team.
In the East, I'm talking in the East, he did. Even this year, they had the two. If you go and look at everybody playing the playoffs, you can argue they had the two best players on the team all the time on the court.
I can't say that.
Who? Okay. I know Oladipo got busy, but going into that series, we know that Kevin Love and LeBron James were the two best players in the big careers.
And Toronto always spoke against LeBron.
Yeah, and then Kevin Love dominated Toronto, and then the same thing in Boston. They always had the two best.
Boston was too young.
Now on paper, Toronto was a better team.
They always choke. They're chokers against LeBron.
But they was a better team.
LeBron told.
They had more talent.
Okay, so we all say whatever we say. So what's the finals going to be?
You know what it's going to be. Golden State. They're going to win. They're going to beat the Lakers. I mean, they got Cousins. They just added Cousins. They got this other kid people sleep on. Jericho. Did I say his name right? Jericho? Is it from Utah?
From Utah. I think he got from Utah.
I like that kid. Yeah. I mean, that's...
He can shoot the three.
Yeah.
They're just too much, man. They're going to win. They might end up sweeping the Lakers, but I got Golden State.
Who we got coming out the East? Who we going to play in the finals?
Finals. You know it's going to be Boston. It's going to be Boston. They got their whole entire roster coming back. Kyrie is going to ball. I mean, they got Hayward coming back from the injury. I mean... They're going to be too much.
Who wins the finals?
Who wins the finals? Golden State.
Golden State. Yeah. Boston.
Too much.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I think Boston's going to beat Philly in these conference finals. Boston, I think potentially they have 4 All-Stars. I think Jason Tatum's going to make the All-Star team this year.
Yep.
Okay. And so, but, you know, the Golden State Warriors, yes, I get Golden State beating Houston. They have 2 MVPs. Klay Thompson is arguably the second best shooting guard in the NBA. Draymond Green, all-around Green. All defensive team kind of guy. They're so good, people want to put them in a time machine to play the 96 Bulls. I got Golden State beating Boston in the NBA Finals.
I got the same finals. I got Warriors and Celtics. But Utah, if it's going to be one team out there that's going to beat Golden State, it's the Boston Celtics. They are built to do it. You got point guard for point guard, guard for guard, forward for forward, big man for big man. But with all that being said, I got Golden State.
Hey, Warriors again.
Hey, I want to thank Terence Cavin for the dope NBA talk, man. Much appreciated. You're watching Spectator Sport on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, more football picks. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
This is episode number 22. We call it the Emmitt Smith edition. Hall of Fame running back, NFL's all-time leading rusher. Make sure you go on that YouTube page, Spectator Sport, and subscribe. We got previous shows, previous clips, This show will be up very, very soon, and much, much more. Also, check out the website, spectatorsporting.com. My man has written some dope articles. Check them out. I want to give a shout out to Terence Cavin for the dope NBA talk. Oh man, it's going to be a lot of talk about that.
No doubt.
No doubt. We've been talking football. We're going to talk more football. Big time, it's a lot of games this week that was very, very hard to call. I mean, a lot of these games could go any way.
No doubt.
And maybe this is one of them. Let's see how you feel about this one. Jacksonville traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, yeah, you know what? All three of the Cowboys' losses are away, on the road, okay? They're 2-0 at home, and this game is in Dallas. Now, Cole Beasley is the leading Cowboys receiver. He leads all the Cowboys wide receivers in receiving yards per game with 38.6. Where's Diaz Bryant?
Where's Dez Bryant?
Man.
On Twitter. Sorry.
I mean, they are really struggling at their wide receiver position, man. I think they should have drafted Calvin Ridley. I really thought he was going to take that guy in the draft. He was right there, staring him in the face. Yep. They should have took that guy. He could be the rookie of the year. Okay, now Blake Bortles, he's not coming in on fire. They just laid an egg in Kansas City, okay? He's got to face the Cowboys defense. They're number 5 in the NFL in points allowed per game. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's trying to make the Pro Bowl. This guy is sacking everybody. He's looking pretty good out there on the field. Blake Bortles had 4 interceptions last week against the Chiefs under a lot of pressure. He's going to be under more pressure against DeMarcus Lawrence and the defensive line in Dallas. Now, I took the Jaguars. I think they're going to make a little bounce back here. I don't see them losing two games in a row. I got the Jaguars win this game 17-10, and I gave them 4 confidence points.
The Cowboys are at home. They play better at home. Dak has been slightly better at home. He's been not so better on the road. Ezekiel Elliott, you got to feed him the ball. I feel like they're going to feed him the ball because that's really all they got. They at home, they're going to try to use that home crowd, get that offensive line involved, and then they might not have a chance. Jacksonville is salty right now. They are mad. They got embarrassed by the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Jaguars have Super Bowl intentions. And if they have those Super Bowl intentions after a loss like that, they're going to come to Dallas ready to go. Jalen Ramsey, very prideful. Miles Jack, very prideful. This is the number 1 defense, and they got 30 put on them against the Chiefs.
Right.
They don't like that, and I feel like they're going to take it out on the Cowboys. As much as I want to pick Zeke and them, I just feel like they just do not have enough on offense. Granted, Dallas defense is good, but I think Blake Bortles will respond back. Bortles, who is not a great quarterback, but he is good at facing adversity. I will give him credit. When you think Bortles is done, he all of a sudden shows up and has a good game.
Right.
And this could be the game. I'm giving them 9 points. I got Jacksonville winning 24-10.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette's not playing again this week against the Cowboys. They really miss him. Can't wait for him to come back,
Absolutely. I think it's just going to be more of the defense just taking over this game. And they're going to absolutely
get some takeaways.
Yeah, they're going to dominate the Cowboys. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Rams traveling to Denver.
Right.
Rams undefeated. Now, the Rams offense, this could be the new greatest show on, where they don't play on turf no more, but in LA.
Right.
The greatest show is in LA now.
Right.
But their defense has not been as good as advertised so far. They've given up a lot of points. What's your thoughts on this game with Denver?
Well, the Broncos, it's in Mile High Stadium. The Broncos are 2-1 at home this year, and that one loss came from that amazing Patrick Mahomes comeback, that last drive when he lost to Showtime Mahomes and everything like that. Now, the Rams, here's what scares me about the Rams. The Rams wide receivers, Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp. They're in concussion protocol.
That's a big deal.
It's kind of iffy if they're going to play, okay? And the thing is, the Rams is the number 3 team in the NFL in points per game, and the Denver Broncos are all the way down at number 27 in points per game. But I went crazy. I lost my mind. I picked the upset. I picked the Denver Broncos to win 22-17. I gave them 3 confidence points. It's just the injuries to the wide receivers, and at Mile High, the Denver Broncos is a different team, and they coming off getting their asses kicked by the Jets over there, the New York Jets. They let the rookie do that. Come on, man. I need Von Miller and them guys to get some pride. Pac-Man, Jones, everybody. I need this upset. Beat the Rams.
I think they're going to play really, really tough. It's going to be a physical game. But what do I always say? They do not have the quarterback play. They do not have the offense, because eventually You might stop the Rams here, and there, but eventually they're gonna strike. And I know that they got receivers out, but they still have Ty Gurley.
Yeah. Robert Woods.
They still got Robert Woods. They still have some weapons out there. And I just feel like as the game wears on, they're gonna make some plays. And I just feel like I don't think Denver's gonna make the plays. And I also feel like this is the game Aaron Donald
goes crazy.
Yeah, this is the game with him and Ndamukong Suh up front.
Yeah.
They get after Case Keenum, and I got the Rams winning 24-10, and I gave the Rams 7 points in this game.
Yeah, I need this, man. You know, the Broncos, if they want to make the playoffs, if they lose this game, they'll be 2-4. They're 2-3 right now. They need this, man.
You talk about two teams that came off some bad losses. I'm not gonna say they bad, but it wasn't good. The Ravens at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Now, Tennessee came off. They beat the Jaguars, and they beat the Eagles back to back, and they look like, oh, are we looking at a Super Bowl contender here? But once again, they got brought back down. Listen, if you want a good winning streak, do not play Buffalo. They always find a way that they look terrible, but then they'll look good against you. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah. You know, these teams, the Ravens and the Titans was a part of two of the biggest upsets last week, not including the Packers losing to the Lions. But I don't know what to do with these teams. I picked the Ravens. I got them winning 19-14. Only gave them 1 confidence point. Both of these teams have good defenses. Both of their offenses is like hit or miss. It's a really hard game to pick. That's why I only gave the Ravens 1 confidence point. I got them winning 19-14.
I picked the Titans. I gave them 2 points. 17-14. I feel like it's going to be one of those games that you probably not fun to watch on TV, but they're going to be a slugging out game. But I got the Titans at home. I think they'll get it done. They get and I gave them 2 points. San Francisco at Green Bay. Green Bay is not playing that good. No. Any chance for San Francisco? Do you give San Francisco any chance to win this game?
I give them a 1% chance. I gave Green Bay all my confidence points. I gave them 15 confidence points. I got them winning 33-18. Green Bay coming off getting embarrassed in Detroit. No way they go and lose to C.J. Beathard at home.
Hey, you never know.
How did you do?
You never know. Look, they have not looked good really all season. Green Bay has not played good particularly well. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is hurt. I'm not giving him that excuse. I'm not hearing it because he came and do 3 touchdowns on the Bears defense in the second half. So I don't want to hear that hurt excuse. And you just never know. They beat Buffalo, but it didn't look that great against doing it. But with that being said, I gave him 14 points. I gave him 14 points. 27-17 over San Francisco. I'm going to do one more. Then if I forget one, go ahead and throw one in there.
Right.
Baker Mayfield.
That's the one I wanted to talk about. Okay,
Baker
that's the one I wanted to talk
Mayfield
about.
is now. As you know, I've been one of the guys that's been supporting him.
Yeah.
I've been really high on Baker Mayfield. Like that's been the guy for me since day one, and he just has a knack. Like, yes, the game wasn't pretty at all against Baltimore. They only won 12-9.
Right.
But you talk about Moxie on a 3rd and 16 in overtime in their own field position for him to make that pass and get that done. That was mind blowing right there. Baker Mayfield. Now they playing the Chargers.
Right.
The Chargers are actually starting to pick it up as well too right now.
Right.
Who do you like in this game?
Yeah, the Browns defense has been stifling at home, but the Chargers offense they have the 7th ranked offense in the NFL. This is a game that I was going back and forth with. You kept hearing me like complaining, fighting myself, but I went ahead and picked the Chargers. I picked the Chargers. I gave them, I got them winning this game 26-17. I gave them 7 confidence points, but I feel real nervous about that because, like you said, Baker Mayfield, he looked like that dude. The dude is poised. It comes to him. He got the it factor, all the stuff he was talking about, and he has a good defense behind him. They're at home. I'm kind of scared. I was going to change the pick, but I stuck with it, man. I'm picking the Chargers. I gave them 7 confidence points.
I picked the Browns.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
That crowd is going to be bananas.
Yeah,
that crowd is going to be bananas. Yeah. At home with Mayfield, and everything he do, it's electric when that guy is playing football. Like that, it's just if I was a wide receiver, now I'd never be good enough. If I was a wide receiver, I would love for him to be my quarterback. He's got that type of feel. And I think it's going to be a close game. Garrett Miles is going to make some plays. I think Miles Garrett, is going to make some plays. And I think the defenses is going, but I think they're going to kind of slow the Chargers down. but I got the Browns winning. I gave them 4 points, 22-17.
Yeah, and that Chargers defense is not the same without Joey Bosa, so Baker Mayfield should go crazy in Cleveland.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say gonna go crazy, but I just feel like they're gonna do enough to win. Any other game I missed? You want
you know, you got the Carolina Panthers going to the Washington Redskins. They're going with the Redskins. Just got whooped by the Saints on Monday Night Football.
Shout out to Drew Brees. He broke the all-time NFL passer leader. One of the greatest quarterbacks to always do it. I mean, we can have this debate another time, but he could be top 5 of all time.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I picked Carolina Panthers to beat the Redskins 24-18. I gave Carolina 8 confidence points. I got them going 5-1 after this weekend.
Oh, okay. I picked Carolina too, 28-21. I gave them 10 confidence points.
Okay.
Absolutely. But if you want to see the rest of our picks, just take a look right there. That's the rest of our picks. If y'all want to chime in on them, say we wrong, say we right, let us know. Let us know how you feel. But in the meantime, in between time, you've been watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. We want to thank Terence Cavin for the dope NBA talk, and we'll be back very soon. Until then, we out.